Good morning, everyone. This is Oliver Joyce here from Whiskey Barrel Studios, and today is a exciting milestone in the development of my magnum opus, Swords and Sandals Pirates, which I've been working on and off since 2014, with a significant 2-year break in the middle. But that milestone is the game is now coming soon on Steam. We have an official Steam page and we have a launch date, so cheers to that. The launch date is December 1. The final month of the year begins with a piratey adventure on the high seas. I can't tell you what a exciting milestone this is for me to reach. The game has felt like it's taken forever, and it's had so many revisions and tweaks and so on, that to be at this point, and to actually have, a legitimate deadline is exciting, to say the least. I can safely say the game is pretty much finished. There is a number of bugs that I'm still ironing out over the next 2 weeks, and that's just the nature of game development. You literally work on your game, certainly as an indie, up until the very last minute that you press launch, and often beyond, in the form of patches and so on. I wasn't able to get everything I wanted into the game. Certain features had to be cut just due to time constraints, but certainly things that I'd like to add in later on. I'll go through those in a future video, and of course I want to do a long play of the game, sit down for an hour or so and really play through a whole 25-day adventure. For now, though, let's have a quick look at the Steam page. Here it is, Swords and Sandals Pirates. We can play the trailer here. Play. Go full screen on that, in case you haven't seen it. Most people have seen this, but we'll just watch. This is the 30-second teaser trailer, which just shows you some of the little highlights from the game. I actually recorded this a couple of weeks ago, so there's been a few little changes since then, and I'm going to do a longer, minute and a half, feature-length trailer as you do it for a movie. But this shows you, in a nutshell, the highlights of the game coming this December. It is, of course, coming out on Steam first, beginning of December, and then I'm hoping to put it on the new cartridge platform by Congregate, which is an exciting new alternative for Steam, and it's great for indie developers, and I'm looking forward to getting the game on there. I would have loved to have done an exclusive with them, but I just ran out of time, and it's over the Christmas period. It's so important to have your game on Steam, just because it is by far the largest PC market and Mac market in the world. There are some screenshots of the game. Some of the cool things you can do: ship battles, giant monster battles, buy some magic spells, fight a giant ape. Yeah, and there's actually more screenshots than that, where they are talking to the various characters. There's a ton to do in this game. It's a lot bigger than any of the previous Sword and Sandals games, although maybe Sword and Sandals 5 is comparable in size. The dungeon crawling one. A couple of weeks after the game is launched on Steam and possibly cartridge, I would love to, and I'm not just love to, I will be releasing the game on iOS and Android. The game works on these phones already, but I do need to do a few optimizations, just to make sure it all runs the way I want it to. And you're going to need a pretty good phone for this, just because there's a lot going on. The engine I'm using is good, but there is still some optimizations I've got to make for mobile, and older phones just aren't going to run it great, so I have to cut them off. But if you have a fairly new phone, in the last 3 or 4 years, this is going to be a really fun pirate adventure to play, and I don't think there's anything quite like it on mobile devices. I like to describe it as a mixture of Civilization, Sid Meier's Pirates, and a great game from the 80s called The Ancient Art of War. And of course, if you're a Swords and Sandals game, it's very similar to Sword and Sandals Crusader. I could have almost have called the game Sword and Sandals Crusaders at Sea, because it really is almost a direct sequel to that, even though the game itself is a prequel to all the Sword and Sandals games. So there you go, Sword and Sandals Pirates coming to Steam December 1. And that's a Saturday, I believe, so you'll have your entire weekend to enjoy it and conquer the high seas with your favorite pirates, including, Chaos and Belgrave and Antares, the villain. You can, for the first time ever, play as him. I think for the first time. Could you play as him in Crusader? No, you could. Okay, for the second time ever. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you think of this game. It's been a long time in development. I'm going to put a link to the Steam Coming Soon page in the description below. And if you're interested in being reminded about the game, you can add it to your wish list, and that would really help me out because it drives the popularity of the game up and everything. Another exciting chapter in Sword and Sandals is close to drawing to a close. Thank you so much to the fans who've sent me so many great messages, to the beta testers who've given me awesome feedback, to the Discord channel and the great moderators, Overlord and Enrico, particularly Overlord, who's done a wonderful job just, really keeping the spirit of the series alive. And thanks to everyone that's just, sent me cool messages and said so many nice things about the series. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to you guys, I guess, as well. I will be announcing what's next for Sword and Sandals sometime in December. Some people already know, but I've still got to sort of formulate it up here about what the plans are for the future. At any rate, that's it for today. Next video will be a bit of a gameplay playthrough of the game, probably just a 10-minute one, and then I'm going to do a long play later. And the rest of my weekend will be knee-deep in bug fixing, so we can get this game ship shape. All right, everybody. Bye for now. See you soon.